Yo's good. The title isn't irony for those of you thinking that, but I'll get to it. 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Carti dropped music. I am music, narcissist, whatever you want to call it. I was in my school library when that came out, when I saw that it came out. Not when it came out, when I found out that it's out. I can't remember where I saw it, maybe Reddit, maybe Instagram. But I wasn't even looking for it, I was literally just on my phone passing time. At first, I didn't really believe it. I thought it was just a joke that everyone was running with. Not in like a glazed type of way that I didn't believe. There was so many memes and stuff about like, I am a liar and Carti's never dropping, the album's never coming out, give up, that I kind of forgot that the album rollout is to release the album at some point ever. I was also really confused because I looked at the Carti Reddit. I love that place, by the way. It's like that shit posting version 2. I guess that's what it does to people who've been waiting for an album for 5 years. Anyways, I looked at it and I wasn't aware of everyone, all the Americans waiting for Mid and then him delaying it again for like 3 hours. That I even saw the Wikipedia page and that it was already released on this date, and I was like, nah, that can't be right. I looked at it and was like, wrap it up, the album's never coming out. Carti trolled us again. I was like, wait, so is it out or is it not? And then I looked on Spotify and it was out. And I was really confused. And then I caught up on everything. Like, I saw Kai and Abo and Dante waited at like midnight. Not even midnight, like early morning. And then they waited again. And then they finally reacted to it. So then I left school, got ready, went to the gym, and then just started the album. Started listening to it before I started. And in my opinion, after finishing it, it's like 6 out of 10. Definitely not worth 5 years of wait, but what really is, to be honest. It really reminds. I looked at the Reddit. It was so funny to me because it really reminded me of the TPNE rollout. I mean, the Party Never Ends rollout, because they were the exact same thing. This was not worth the wait. This could have been so much better. Why didn't they put this song on it? That type of stuff. I literally said this album wasn't worked on for 5 years. He probably just finished this up in the last 5 months. That is word for word the exact same thing that happened when Party Never Ends came out. We waited for that album for 3 years, and then when it came out, there was these just tiny imperfections. Like, bro, for music, Pop Out was meant to transition into Evil Jordan, but it just wasn't sequenced correctly, I guess. So it's just those little imperfections that you just can't see. You're not supposed to see in an album that you wait down. You just can't see. You just are not supposed to see in an album that you wait 5 years for. And the exact same thing happened with Fight Never Ends. With the exact same thing, that sequencing. Songs. Jeffrey transitioned from a song that wasn't even on the album. That I'm guessing they just took off the album last second. Which, it's that same thing happened with the Party. I made a whole script. I made a for a commentary video about the release and rollout of the Party Never Ends and everything. And I was just laughing. I was like, I think 4, as they say. I would say it's on par quality wise with Whole Lotta Red, but less influential, because Whole Lotta Red literally created rage, along with Trip at Night and Me Uzi as well. But the only things I can really say for like music that really like seem like innovative, probably, I guess, the metal trap. That's the best name I've got for it. Metal trap tracks, which I think I can see like 3 of them being called that. Pop Out for sure. It's like, I can't describe it. It's just all the sounds are so chaotic and I really like it. Pop Out, Crank, and Cocaine Nose. Those are like the 3 metal trap that I like to call the 3 tracks. But there's only 3 of them. The rest are just, well, 50% of the tape is just a Future mixtape. And then sprinkle some Whole Lotta Red in there, and sprinkle some Dilate in there, some AI laziness in there. This might be an unexpected comparison, but the Met trap reminds me of 11th Dimension by Mask. surprisingly. Not the whole thing, obviously, but also 3 tracks on there, being Full Moon, By Myself, and Hulk, because they really had resemblance there with the industrial sounds. These are definitely not formal terms that I'm using to describe the music, and I'm not anywhere near, well, I'm not gonna say a good music listener, but I'm nowhere near a music reviewer or anything. I'm just a casual listener, I guess, a music enjoyer. But listened to it and I was like, this reminds me of the sounds I heard on 11th Dimension. But favorite tracks, probably Pop Out and Mojo Jojo. I actually want to talk about that. Mojo Jojo, what else is it? Backdoor and Good Credit, the Kendrick features. I've just had this concept for a while, because I mean everyone knows edits of Kendrick songs with just the craziest beats that you'd find on like some rage tape. But I've always had this concept, what if like the two titans at the opposite ends of the rap spectrum, you know, Carti being this lane, being like more energy focused, vibes type rap, and then Kendrick with the more thoughtful, conscious, artistic, lyrical rap. What if they just like combined forces with like the best parts of each? That would like actually be like internet breaking, in my opinion. And it kind of was, in the good and the bad way, maybe. I was doing lap pull downs when Mojo Jojo started, and I was looking at my phone like during the intro. I was like, is Kendrick taking back shots from Carti or something? I also just need to say, getting arguably one of the greatest lyricists of all time on your song just to add like the ultimate power move. Like, I don't believe in aura, but if anything it's that. General music wise, my heart lies in the SoundCloud era. Like 2018 is probably my favorite year's music, but that whole era in general, like the air was just different, in my opinion. I had like a week's phase where I was really like into like lyricism. Well, everything good about music is in lyricism. If music doesn't have lyrics, what even is the point? Like, I remember like I used to hate like Carti and them, and like just like the whole, you know, what people call mumble rappers. But I remember I was like looking at the Wikipedia page and like the artistry, and they were like, the critics, they were describing them in these like formal terms, like, oh, this guy has very concentrated flows, and I'm like, how are you seeing any talent in this? This guy's just mumbling and shouting over a beat. But I think I get it now, because I mean, not any average person can do that, you know. If you had to rank music by effort, I think it would be on the lower end, to be honest. But in my opinion, if there isn't a standardized and continuous way of measuring something, then I don't think it's an objective science. So I've recently, well, not recently, but I just kind of realized that I have the opinion that music is about 100% subjective. Like, the awards like the Grammys, let's say, the only merit they have to them is that a lot of people think that they're prestigious. If everyone just decided they're not prestigious anymore, they wouldn't be prestigious. No one would care. I'm not gonna say that Carti is like some musical genius or something. He was probably just high off every single opioid that you can name. But to go into a genre that's known for its lyricism and storytelling and just completely defy every convention, at least show some, not ingenuity, just at least some bravery. So yeah, artists like Carti really changed how I see music. Nothing is good or bad. It's just for me, or it's not for me, or it's really not for me. EDM. Anyways, I appreciate you for giving me your time. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.